Hello dear viewers, this is Mati Global and first video in 2025. I'm flying nowhere this month, so I thought what can I do for my channel, and I thought about cheap flights because each of us, me, you, we would like to travel cheap, and I'm quite good at traveling cheap if it's about flights. What I have done some research, and to be honest, I have watched a lot of videos about cheap flights. I have found a lot of interesting tips like using VPN. So for example, faking that you are in Mexico or faking that you are in US, and you can have cheaper flights. To be honest, I have found a lot of stuff like that, and I will list them all in the comments because they might be interesting and useful, but not necessarily I found them useful in my case. So I can list them all so you can glance and see what have been there in other videos, but my video will be divided in two sections. First section will be about searching for cheap flights in general. For example, you have some destination, you would like to reach this destination, and another tip which I didn't find anywhere on any other video, and I'm using it all the time, and this is a long-term strategy regarding traveling cheap, and let's see, I will tell you all the details in a moment. Part 1. Particular destination. There are some obvious things that you can do when you are traveling to some particular destination and you would like to do it the most cheap way. First of all, you need to avoid high season. You need to remember that tickets are the most expensive, especially during the summer and during bank holidays, like for example Christmas or Easter or any other bank holiday in your country or the country to which you are flying to. The important part of the story is to have the right website. So I recommend you to use skyscanner.com because in my opinion it's the most convenient, and you can find their offers from both direct airlines and also via travel agencies. And these travel agencies, there are people that are saying that do not buy through these agencies because you will have troubles when, for example, your flight will be cancelled. And maybe I'm always buying via booking.com, and flights are cheaper than directly through the website of airline. And my flights were cancelled. I have done a lot of flights and I have never had any problems. So I would say avoid these strange websites, but booking.com is quite known website, so I definitely recommend this, and yeah, you can risk a little, and in my opinion this investment is worth to do. And okay, when we are on skyscanner.com, there is option to look for flights, and then you can also put a destination to which you would like to fly, and instead of just pressing the button search, you can click on the calendar, and in that calendar you will see immediately the cheapest possible month for that destination. That's very useful because you can immediately see which month to choose, and you can plan this trip that way. And to be honest, I'm frequently using Skyscanner to just browse it. So without any particular dates, without any particular destination, I'm using this very flexibly. So I'm choosing from which airport would I like to go, and I just press search. So you can see immediately all the flights from that airport for the whole year, and you can see which are the cheapest one. And I'm browsing like that, and frequently there are new routes, so something new is happening, and then I can immediately see this and buy tickets. There is another site I'm using, but I never buy any tickets there because on Skyscanner I couldn't find any map, and Google Flights is offering you this map. So you can go to flexible exploring mode there, and you will see from your airport a whole map and a whole price per each destination from the angle of the map. So this is super useful because you can see many destinations and you can see immediately the prices, but I'm always getting back to Skyscanner for my final purchase. And the last tip in this section is that you need to remember that buying two tickets to the same destination and from that destination home is more expensive than buying them at the same time. So you are buying return ticket, it's always cheaper. And now time for part 2. In part 2, I'm giving you my method that I found quite a long time ago, and I haven't seen this in any video. So for me, the next tip is to use other people's ideas. And how can you do it? There are a lot of sites like Facebook, or maybe you are using some other sites, but on Facebook you have groups. And what you need to do is you need to find a place for people that are looking for cheap flights, and they are sharing these cheap flights with others. Important part of that story is that you need to also include your location, yeah, because you need to find cheap flights from, and you can, it can be US, it can be Poland, it can be Germany, it can be Tokyo, whatever. So you need to include that. And I have found in my country, in Poland, a lot of sites like that, and people are pasting their amazing types of flights. So we can divide them in two sections. First section is that people are also sharing other sites like Skyscanner, Google Flights, Kayak, whatever. They are saying, for example, wow, I have found this cheap flights from this and that location, see. And you can also be inspired by this and buy the same flights, or be just inspired and find something similar later. There are also people who try to do the most crazy stuff, like they are doing these round trips around the whole world for amazingly cheap prices. So they are having these combos. So you are flying to Los Angeles, from Los Angeles to Tokyo. One more time, you can go back via Singapore, and and it will be super cheap. But of course, this also includes some crazy stopovers and stuff. So this is more for people like me and maybe you that do not mind to spend a lot of time on the airports. And the last section of this whole scenario, and also you can do it without any Facebook. So there are also travel agencies, and these travel agencies sometimes buy tickets through regular airlines, or they have also chartered flights. And in these chartered flights, frequently, if you have last minute trips, for example, from Europe to, let's say, Bali in Indonesia, they do not sell all the trips, and prices are totally amazing. So if you can pack all the luggage in one day, you can for sure find something that will be half price. You need to just buy the tickets, pack, and go to the airport, and this is like very frequent there. And also people are constantly pasting screenshots from these types of agencies, so definitely it's a good idea, because first you can go very cheaply, but also you can learn to which places travel agencies are currently flying to. So yeah, I recommend this. And also you can browse directly on these travel agencies, so you can go, there is always a section for chartered flights, so they are super expensive for the whole year, but 2 days before flight, prices can be enormously low. And this is my final recommendation. So you are scrolling Facebook each day probably, so you can scroll for the best offers there and be inspired. So this is my long-term investment, and I recommend doing that, my viewer. So this is the end of this video. I hope that you find it helpful. In the comment one more time, I will list all the other great tips from other YouTubers, but I wanted this video to be different, so I hope that you appreciate this. And also I will put in the comment groups of Facebook for Polish users. Also, if you have any great Facebook or any other site group where people are putting cheap flights, you can put hashtag with your country, and hopefully others will benefit from this. Thank you for watching the video. Mati Global. My next trip is very soon, so see you soon. Bye.